Good morning everybody, we are just in the stream channel. It is quite misty. Got Alex who is doing the morning feed. You'll see the cranes just about to come on the right. I have got an umbrella up so you'll probably hear that rain sound as well, which is actually quite nice. There go the cranes and there's Alex in the background. He will probably walk past us, so we'll get him to do a quick wave. Got any shout outs or anything? It seems to be what people like. Moment of fame, so just let me know. Good morning Julie, how are you? Another lovely sunny day in, I will say Washington, Kieran. We're in Washington, but yes, it is quite misty and quite rainy, but it's quite pleasant. I'll just do a little pano for you guys. Good morning, Wendy. Nothing a brolly can't handle. It's not windy, so you know we'll take it. Good morning, Catherine. Hello, Sheila. So most of you guys who've been here before will probably know the residents that live in the stream channel. So we've got our barnacle geese. You may be able to see them just having their morning march. Let's have a look. There they are. In the wild, they travel from Svalbard. Not sure if I'm saying that right, but that is a little area in between Norway and the North Pole. And they travel 1,600 miles on their winter migration, which usually takes them down to Calavrock, which is one of our sister sites, and the neighbouring fields around there, so that's pretty cool. Good morning, Kevin. Morning, Miriam. Hello from Paul in Bedlington. Good morning, Chris. Ian Henderson, hello! We miss you, Ian. So we've got, barnacle geese. We have our white-fronted geese, who again, quite a distance. I'll see if I can zoom in a little, you'll be able to see them. So that's them there. We've got quite a lot of shell duck in the pond in front of them. We have our golden eye, tend to reside to this front pond here. See if I can zoom in a little. It's probably hiding behind there. You can just see them in the pond there. And there's Alex in the distance. And then obviously we've got our common cranes. Common cranes getting a good UK population right now. They weren't UK breeders for quite a while, and with the help of a project called the Great Crane Project, which introduced over 90 birds to the UK population, it's helped double the UK population, which is pretty cool. So that was between 2010 2014 apparently, but they did start naturally returning. I think the first one was born after about 400 years absent in 1970s, so the population's doing well. Another one that gets nice migratory population. Well, I don't think they tend to travel within the UK far, but they get a nice number at Welney, which is another one of our sister sites. I'm just going to have a little walk around. Alex is just here. He's probably going to pass us, but we'll get him to do a wave. Hello, Alex. So we're just going to have a little wander around. We'll head past Close Encounters Ganderland. We're not going to go in there today, but we'll see what we can see on the way. And then we'll end up at our Whitehead Pond and round towards the reedbed shelter. Must visit soon with my grandson. Joanne, you really must. Oddly, we're going to follow Alex. I'm sure he'll feel really comfortable with that. Good job you didn't steal them. No, we certainly didn't do that. That would have been the great crane robbery. Oh, Kevin, it's still early. So yeah, Alex goes round a bit further and we've got a little feeder here, which you can probably see in the distance, which is made by our team, which is specifically for the cranes, try and get them to feed a little higher and discourage some of the wild birds that come down to feed. Big shout out to the team looking after WWT Washington during lockdown. Thanks for making it possible for us to join you virtually. Thank you, Julie. It's the very least we can do. It is far from ideal right now, isn't it? The crane. Just have a steady walk round. Electric barrel. Some nice sounds, so I will go quiet for a while. Just coming up towards Close Encounters. See the little bridge. Lovely surprise, thank you, Susan. Thank you. Just see over into Close Encounters there. Some noisy chillowy widgeon. And our Idas, who are waiting for their breakfast quite patiently. Keep on walking. Good morning, Tony. How are you? I think most of you probably recognise the paths around the inner circle. Just catch a glimpse of the black swan over there. Ida going into the water. Can you guys hear the rain? Glad to hear you're okay, Tony. It's good, Kevin. It does sound quite pleasant, so hopefully it sounds as nice for you guys. A little oasis in Washington, it certainly is. Thanks, Richmond. And keep meaning to ask, are the smews still around? Used to be quite a few. They are. So there are still quite a few in Close Encounters. You can't see them from here. If I zoom in a little, see if we can. There's quite a few of them just on the little perch there on the edge. Quite soothing, the rain is nice. Works well on the umbrella and it keeps me and the camera a little bit dry. What a fantastic way to start the morning. I'm loving the rain and the bird sounds. Wish we could visit and sit and enjoy. We do too. Susan, soothing. Wish I could come for a walk. Can't wait to be able to come again. Yes, us too. We do miss you guys. Black Swan needs a friend. We are doing our best for that one. We can hear the rain. It reminds me of camping in the lakes. What a lovely place. Favourite place in the lakes? Anyone? Been to Windermere a few times. Boat trips are always nice there, as are fish and chips. So we're just coming up to the unused part of the Whitehead Pond, which quite often gets the odd, as you can see, mallard. Get coot, quite a lot of coot. Quite a lot of moorhen on here too. But it seems to be mallard this morning, and quite quiet otherwise. And then we're coming up to Ganderland, so this first area is being rested. Bassenthwaite Lake, that does sound beautiful. Ashness Bridge and Surprise View, ooh, that sounds lovely. Oh, I could just be there right now. A couple of coots on the old Whitehead Ponds there. Oh, and we've got a Ferrogenest duck there. See if I can get this in the shot. Surprise view. I must look up this surprise view. It sounds pretty nice. I'll keep on walking. Now, all of these birds have not had their breakfast yet, so they will be quite hungry. So we might get some coming over to the fence. They're already making the move. You can probably see them walking. So Ganderland, we've got our red-breasted geese, our Ross's geese, Nene, who are all congregating towards the back, and we've got our ruddy shell duck there too. We'll come back to this pond in a second, but we've got our white-headed pond, but I will come back to that in a second. We'll try and get some of the Ganderland birds over. My friend lives in Kendal, so I go over and we go out all over. Need to visit Keswick. It's such a nice place. Right, so here comes, just park this down a little. You usually got Nene come straight over. Might be distracted with the brolly, so I'm just going to put it down for a sec. They're looking at me thinking, where's my food? Alex is on his way, guys. I love the Nene. I think everybody loves the Nene, Kirsty. Oh, there's some noisy Nene coming here, look. And then they rally the others up. See what these guys are doing. They're on their way. So these guys are not shy. Are you guys? Good morning, Gwenda. Hello there. So Alex is on his way with the feed. He's got all of his checks to do, close encounters, stream channel, and the other half of Ganderland. They are so excited. They're having a graze. But the Nene are always the first one at the queue. See if I can get this out and we'll take it down to their level. Hello, sweetheart. I'm waiting for some dinner on you. Very patient. Red-breasted geese, Ross's geese, all waiting patiently, and at the back, the ruddy shell ducks, who are a little more timid. Right, I'm just going to get you back in the holder. Apologies for the shakiness. There we go. They do have beautiful feathers. Obviously when hand feeding is allowed again, you can sometimes get a feel of the Nene's neck feathers as you feed them, and it's just like velvet. It's so beautiful, and they're so friendly. They are definitely the most gentle hand feeders, that's for sure, but at the moment we're not allowed to feed them by hand. Okay, we'll take a look over at the Whitehead Pond and see what's in there. Bye guys! This little one is definitely waiting for some food. He is en route, I promise. Go back to the Whitehead Pond. I think these guys are also a bit peckish. White-headed ducks. Just there, and we'll take you around to where most of them seem to be congregating this morning. So quite a lot of people do ask about our white-headed ducks. Why don't you just call them blue-billed ducks? Well, you can probably see if I zoom in a little, they don't always have that blue bill. They get that during the main breeding season, which will be coming up very soon. Hello, little one. The flamingos will be all toasty and warm in their house. The team clean them out every day, so they get a bit of interaction from humans. They get their feed, they get fresh water, they get an hour outside, but of course the house has UV light, which is what they need for good health. They have heaters in there. It's the best place for them to be when it is regularly quite icy. They have very fragile legs and they don't cope well on ice. We've got the brolly back. Love the flamingos, yes, we do as well. They are in very good hands, trust us. So in this pond you can probably see we've mentioned the white-headed ducks. So we've got the males with the bright white head, the females very similar in shape, but they've got, so that's two in the front here, they've got their nice stripy heads and mainly brown. We've got our red-crested pochard, which you may have already guessed, have the nice red heads and very, very pinky red bills. The girls again, camouflage, nice and brown. And then we have our Ferrogenest Ducks, or common white-eye, I believe they may also be called. You might want to correct me on that. And then at the back, these guys used to live in close encounters, but they are now here. So we have our very, very beautiful Mandarin Ducks. Just see them at the back there. They've got their sail-like feather towards the back, which they get during breeding season. That's the males. It's part of their flamboyancy, show off for the girls. Just having a nice preen and a bath, quite a lot of them. Anyone know where the white-eye come from? Or should we go easier? Red-crested pochard, we'll go for them. Do we know why they're from? I'll zoom in on a couple again. That's then nice red heads. Native to Central Asia, Mongolia area. And they are good dabbling ducks. They also like to dive for their food. And then our white-headed ducks. native to Spain and North Africa areas. They unfortunately are a threatened bird, so they're actually on the endangered list. Various reasons really, habitat loss, etc. cause, like many species of birds and animals. But it's nice to have some here, support the conservation if and when it is needed. So we'll say bye to these guys now. We're going to head around to the reedbed shelter. So it is a little foggy, we may not see Penshow Monument, but we're going to give it a go. Oh. Okay, I'm going to have a wander around. I'll just zoom you guys back out so we can see as we walk. My throat is going a little bit, so you'll have to forgive me. Oh, we have some nene that have followed us around. And then we have our reedbed shelter just over there. So we'll just head there. Quite often get a lot of mallard, coot, moorhen. There has been quite a lot of teal of a morning on there. So we'll see what we can see. Here's some of our red shovelers, just waiting for their breakfast as well, on the way into the reedbed shelter. Here we are, reedbed shelter with a nice interp. Oh, you can just see Penshow Monument in the background there. Happy days. Set it down. So you can just see Penshow Monument there. Misty, but it's there. And otherwise quite quiet on the reeds, so I'm just going to go quiet. There's some quite nice sounds, so. Sounds like something having a barney over here. Yeah, Maureen, are you watching? It's quite often from here, and you'll probably get this in any woodland areas around where you guys live. We start getting woodpecker drumming. So we've got great spotted woodpecker on our site. And we heard, it was actually during Facebook Live the other day, we heard the first drumming. So it's getting to the season. So keep an ear out for that. If you guys are having a wander, and let us know if you hear that lovely noise. Maureen is watching. Happy days. So we can hear lots of coot and moorhen in the reeds. They are all very shy. Can see the odd one passing through. It is very relaxing. Oh no, Kirsty, trust us. They come out and they stay for only a moment or two, but they do come out. They tend to like the suet cake that we scrub into the bark of the trees. But at the moment when we've seen them, they've been quite high up, calling in the trees towards the top quite often. And as I say, you can't mistake that drumming noise. Keep trying, Kirsty. Parakeets, so we did have a parakeet on site. Just going to move this a little because we're a little wonky. We did have parakeets on site, I think one, but it hasn't been spotted since before Christmas, I believe. It's a lovely coot just working its way through the reeds there. Some lovely bird sounds this morning. One thing to point out around the reed bed, which a lot of people ask us about, is this structure here. You can see it in the distance there. So that was once a lookout. Not sure how long ago. I'd have to ask the gang. It was once a lookout. Hide sort of sculpture was used back in the day, but it is, as you can see, well used. We'll say it's well used. So well used that we can't do anything with it because it's now inhabited with bats, which is pretty cool. We do quite regular bat surveys at certain times of year, our reserve team, and they monitor what sort of bats we get on our site. Most common is common pipistrelle, which is usually the ones you get flying around our streets and hometowns. It does look pretty spectacular, to be honest. The way Pentra's just nestled, almost looks like it's floating on clouds. Oh, here's Jill, my hero. She's just sent me some information. So it's unused, so that bat tower, or the old observatory, is unused for at least 15 years. But bats have been well established all that time. So that's a good piece of info. Thank you, Jill. Jill to my rescue. So in the late 80s, you don't remember that being accessible. So it may not have been accessible for visitors. We may have used it amongst the team. But yes, it's definitely been unused for quite some time now. But the bats enjoy it, and we do like a bat, so we will take that as a win. Okay, we'll probably leave you in a moment, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for everyone that's joined us this morning. Nice little well-being walk. Simple, effective. I think even the noise of the birds, of the rain, Certainly the site's misty morning, but it's definitely very pretty. So I'm just going to do a full panel. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Susan, Suzanne. Next time you come, make sure you read this interp as well. Talks about where our water comes from at Washington, how it's used, and what kind of life we get at the reed bed as well, which is this lovely bit of interp here. Like my sleep sounds on dot. Should record the sound, shouldn't we? Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Miriam. Quite beautiful. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Kirsty. Just in time for your call at work. Look at that. It's like we planned it. Apologies for the dreadful joke. You haven't been here on a lunchtime, Kevin. Believe me, we've heard worse. Can't wait to come back, Suzanne. We can't wait. John, thank you. Gloria, good morning. Sorry I missed you. Yeah, those injections, pretty important. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll leave you to it, guys. Have a lovely day, and we will hopefully see you again soon.